Hey VC, it's me Roger back with another video. It's been a couple weeks. Hope you're all doing well. Cheers. I'm having a Sierra Nevada Porter in my Sierra Nevada pint glass. In the background, you can hear quietly is this Ingrid Laubrock and Tom Rainey Duo and Other Desert Towns is the name of the CD. It's on this label Relative Pitch. Kind of know one of the guys at Relative Pitch, and he sends me stuff to write about on my blog, and so this came in the mail this week, and you can't really hear, but Ingrid Laubrock is one of the most amazing saxophonists ever, and you folks that are into jazz, improvisation, post Coltrane, yeah, she's great. Tom Rainey, of course, great drummer, and yeah, bringing them here to Nashville in May. That's gonna be cool. Yeah, they also sent me this other new release, As If Anything Could Be the Same. And this is saxophonist Jack Wright with bassist Ben Wright, brother, I think. I haven't really had a chance to listen to this yet, but what I heard was great. This label, again, you jazz guys should check them out. CD only, but you know, what are you gonna do? I want to give some thanks for some VCLT I received recently, all the way from Germany. Hubert Kopacek, I think. I apologize if I'm mispronouncing your name, but Hubert, thank you so much. Really cool. I had sent him my CD, and in return he sent me this really cool stuff. And I'd never heard of this book, CD thing, The Old New Thing, a Free Jazz Anthology by Wu Ming Wan. It's about the ESP disc label. It's on this Abraxas ESP disc imprint in Italy. And so there's this book with essays and photographs. And the essays are in Italian and then translated into English. And then there's this cool 2 CD compilation from the ESP disc label, along with some field recordings. Great stuff on here. It's 3 Sun Ra tracks, Milford Graves, Charles Tyler, Giuseppe Logan. Just really, really cool. Thank you so much, Hubert. And he also sent me this, Ornette Coleman's Free Jazz. Now, of course, I have this in several other formats, but I don't have this particular version. It's pressed in Germany, and I think it's a more recent remaster. I'm super happy to have it. You know, seminal piece of music. To call it free jazz is a misnomer. I don't think that was Ornette's title. I think that was the record label's title, because it's not really free. There's you know, written, structured parts to it. But it is a double quartet, you know, pretty much playing all at once. Oh, it's great. And thank you. You were really kind of you. So it's been a couple weeks, and like I said last time, I'm trying to rein in the record fire. I'm trying. Some stuff came in the mail, and yeah, you know, I can't totally stay out of the record store. I just can't. Makes me happy. So this came in the mail. Grateful Dead, Dave's Picks Volume 9. Recorded at the Harry Adams Fieldhouse at the University of Montana in Missoula, Montana on May 14th, 1974. So this is wall of sound era, which means pretty good balance on the tapes, but the vocals kind of sound weird, because all the speakers are behind them. They figured out a way to avoid feedback by wiring 2 microphones out of phase, and then they would sing into one. And so when there's no differential input to one of those microphones, then being out of phase, it would cancel them out, so it wouldn't feedback. That was the idea, anyway. And so the vocals are kind of thin. And I had this show, a bootleg of this forever. I'm happy to have it. Some really sloppy playing on here, but that's to be expected with the Dead. There's also some really transcendent moments too, like a half-hour long Dark Star that goes into a beautiful China doll. And these things are limited, numbered, 14,000. That sounds like a lot, but they sell out. So I subscribe, and it's rare that I'm going to listen to this all the way through, but I'm glad to have it. My other big obsession that you all know of, Guided by Voices. Yes, their new one, Motivational Jumpsuit, came in the mail. And I think this officially comes out Tuesday. And I'd said that I wasn't real impressed with those 5 singles, but those songs in the context of this album work really well. And I've only listened to this a couple times, but it's pretty kick-ass rockin' record. I gotta say, on a roll here. And this is the big event, of this week anyway, was the arrival of this. Sun and Ulver, their album Terrestrials of Southern Lord. Excuse me. I pre-ordered this. It's not available anymore. It was kind of this frenzy, the huge kind of hype surrounding this. My copy's on red vinyl. But yeah, a lot of people were excited about this. The idea of Sun and Ulver getting together in Norway, doing this all-night session, jamming out together, and then that was in 2008. So this is finally the finished album, and it's gorgeous. I'm kind of late to the Sun thing. I have to be in the right mood for a lot of that really ultra heavy doom drone stuff, but this is almost pretty at times. Heavy, but beautiful, and psychedelic and kind of ambient, and man, this lived up to the hype as far as I'm concerned, and it is best record of the year so far. On the other extreme of musical styles, I also got the new Broken Bells LP. This is pretty mainstream pop, but I really liked their first record. It's that guy from the Shins and Danger Mouse. And I love this package, gatefold, and it sounds great, but it was kind of ho-hum, it was kind of just not really that different from the first record. I don't know. I'm going to need to listen to it some more. It's just not hitting me in that, that manic pop thrill that their first record gave me. This is just sort of ho-hum. As far as I'm concerned, I don't know. A new reissue. This is Cleopatra, Caroline. It's been reissuing Chrome stuff. This is killer. This is reissues Read Only Memory on the A side, which is an EP from 1979. And the B side is Live in Italy, 1981, which is surprisingly great. I don't think I'd ever heard any live Chrome. I love these guys. Post-punk, art noise. I don't know, way ahead of their time. Really inspirational music to me, and I'm really psyched that Cleopatra's putting these out. They've done Half Machine Lip Moves and Alien Soundtracks, some others. Great. Great stuff. You know, originals of this stuff, really hard to find. Another recent reissue I had to pick up was Nixon by Lambchop. I just recently discovered just how great Lambchop is. You know, they're a local thing here in Nashville. Nashville's most fucked up country band, they used to call themselves. And this is a seminal record from, I think, 2003, 2000. Anyway, beautiful, sort of country, sort of almost kind of a loungy, easy listening, countrypolitan sound, sort of. But they do it really well, and the lyrics are really interesting, and the singing is great, and the musicianship is great. Really nice vinyl reissue. It was only ever issued on vinyl in Europe, and so this is nice to have. Comes with a CD, sort of live in the radio station kind of CD. Haven't listened to it yet, but really cool. It's on Merge. I really like that Who is William Onyeabor record so much. I had to look into see what else Rockabop was up with their whole World Psychedelic Classics series, and so I picked this up. This is Nobody Can Live Forever, The Existential Soul of Tim Maya. I think Big Star 1000 showed this a while ago, maybe. It came out in 2012. Anyway, this is Brazilian music. It's so great. And the story, you know, I'll read you a little bit of the back here because it's so great. Tim Maya, the Brazilian funk soul godfather, was the real thing. His legendary appetite sought out carnal and spiritual fulfillment in equal measure. He bought 100 hits of LSD and handed them out to the staff of his record label. And then at the height of his mid-70s success, he joined the cult of rational energy, watching for spaceships while wearing only white clothes and playing only white instruments. And interestingly, this compilation, which took 10 years apparently to put together and get all the licensing rights for, went out of its way to include some of that music from his cult era. And, you know, the words are crazy, but the music's funky as hell. This is, again, like that Who is William Onyeabor thing, just really well put together. Sounds great. Great music. Great, you know, lost stuff, you know, that I would have never known about. Anyway, great. Highly recommended. Been trying to stay out of Grindies 2, where all the used stuff is, but, you know, I peek in and see what's new. So I only found one thing there recently. This is Wayne Shorter album, Moto Grosso Fio. It's on Blue Note from, I think, 1974. Great lineup. Jakria, John McLaughlin, Ron Carter, Dave Holland, Michelin Prell. I might have heard this back in the day. I never owned it, and it's a really cool record. It's I don't even know how to describe it. It has kind of a Latin-y sort of thing going on, but it's also very kind of out and weather report-ish, but not electric necessarily. Really cool. Really glad to have this. It's in great shape. It's a Blue Label, Blue Note. Yeah, Wayne Shorter. Great. I got another one of those emails from Great Escape saying, oh, we bought another big jazz collection, 1,600 jazz albums, put them out. First come, first served. How can I resist those kinds of emails? So I went and, excuse me. And it was kind of disappointing. A lot of mainstream jazz stuff, you know, Dave Brubeck and Errol Garner and Sonny Stitt, and you know, that stuff's great. It's not really what I'm into, and besides that, they mostly were not in good condition. But I dutifully dug through all 1,600 records. I found a couple things. The coolest thing I found is this, Marion Brown, Porto Novo. This is on Heirs to Freedom, came out in 75. Originally recorded for Black Lion in 1967. It's just a trio with Marion Brown on alto saxophone, Martin van Regteben Altina bass, and the great Han Banning on drums. It's kind of funny, this is a radio station copy apparently, and they've written way out. And I guess it is. Kind of in that Albert Eiler bag, where there's these sort of folky themes and then they take it out. Great though, great player, great energy and group mind thing going on here. Yeah, excellent, great fun. Found this. I've been collecting Larry Coryell records because I never really got into him before. This is the 11th House featuring Larry Coryell. Aspects is the name of the album. This is on Arista from 1976. And I was kind of expecting this to be not that great, but it is really good, really good. Some trumpet on here, Taramasa Hino. Really some great Miles-ish kind of thing that's going on here, and you know, Coryell just plays his ass off. Yeah, great fusion record. They had a 99-cent bin. I had to look through that. And a little shout out to Anthony Campone. Anthony, if you're watching, he had posted this record on the Facebook page, and I thought, what? Shows how not hip I am. Bob James won. This is his first record on Columbia. This is obviously a later pressing because it has 2, 3, and 4 also on there. But yeah, he posted this on Facebook, and I was like, Bob James, what a cheeseball! What the fuck? And he was like, oh no, you know, this is, you know, a lot of samples of this. I've been taking a lot of, you know, breaks, and you know, I gotta check it out. It's funky, it's cool. So I figured for 99 cents, cover's kind of beat, but the record's okay. And it's pretty good. Musically, it's pretty good. The production sucks. God, Rudy Van Gelder did great stuff. You know, those classic records in the 60s with acoustic jazz. He really got a kind of magical, if sort of dark sound. But for this kind of electric music, fusion-y stuff, he does the drums. And it's Steve Gadd on drums. And I can't believe Steve Gadd let his drum set come out sounding like that. Maybe it's a 70s thing. I don't know. But so yeah, this is pretty cool for 99 cents. So yeah, I was pretty disappointed. I was excited about, you know, finding some cool jazz, and yeah, I found some cool things, but nothing really exciting. I want to give a shout out to Andrew, Turntablist. Hey Andrew, love your channel. He had shown this record recently, and I had noticed it being on the wall of The Great Escape for the longest time, over a year. I didn't really know what it was, but anyway, Andrew showed it, talked about it, and so since, you know, such meager pickings from this, you know, new collection, I thought, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and get that off the wall. And, it's this Perigeo, The Valley of the Temples. This is on RCA from 1976. Italian Prague fusion. Wow, really great. This was sealed, so it's not cheap, but I feel like it was a good deal. Sounds fantastic. It really, I just love this kind of stuff. And anyway, this made up for sort of disappointing digging in the bins. And thank you, Andrew, for, you know, prompting me to spring for this. Great. Really, really happy to have this. Another thing, Andrew, turntablist, had shown in this same recent video, and he actually like called me out and said, "Hey, Roger, you know, you play keyboards. You really got to check this out." So, you know, I had to do it, of course. Herman Zobel, this is Zobel, and yeah, I think I remember Big Star showing this a while ago. The story about this is really interesting. This like 17-year-old kid, nephew of Bill Graham, goes barging into the record plant during a Roberta Flack session. Says, "Hey, you got to listen to me play. I'm fucking great." He's this, you know, child prodigy from Austria, and I guess impresses Roberta Flack enough to say, "Hey, you know," and you know, I guess it didn't hurt that Bill Graham was his uncle. So he made this record in 1976. A lot of 76 records here. So Herman Zobel on piano, David Samuelson on acoustic and electric vibes, marimba percussion, Michael Viseglia on electric bass, Bob Goldman drums, Vadim Viadro tenor saxophone, flute, clarinet. I don't know any of these players. So he makes this record, and apparently stiffs, and he disappears. Like, even now, no one really knows if he's alive or dead or what's up. He certainly never made another record. Guy on eBay was selling these, still sealed, for $10. I thought, well, I'll check it out. And so, yeah, he gets compared to Zappa, and there is that element of where it's sort of vamp, and then these crazy polymetric, irrational rhythm lines, little quick little things, and the xylophones zooming around. Yeah, definitely evokes Zappa. But unlike Zappa, there's no humor or irony to any of it. And to be honest, it sounds a little disturbed. Now maybe I'm projecting, you know, knowing the story, you know, onto him. But it's slightly insane, slightly schizophrenic, because there'll be these beautiful passages and then this like crazy stuff, and then back to the vamp, and very highly polished and, you know, very musical, but whoa. Anyway, that was my take on it at first. I'm super happy to have this, you know, obscure thing. It's cool, interesting. Thank you, Andrew. I appreciate being turned on to interesting stuff like this. It's what it's all about. That's it. You know, not bad for a couple weeks. Some more records coming in the mail. But yeah, I'm gonna stop, and I'll be back soon. Take care, everybody.